Okay. All right. Hold on. Let me turn this off. Let me turn this off. Let me turn this off. All right. All right. Good morning. What's up, everybody? I am not prepared, of course, and that's my fault. It is so wake the F up Monday, February 24th, 2025, 2 minutes after the hour. Welcome, guys. Shawn Harvey Morning Show featuring Wake Up Team with the Queen SennyJ. Only place on earth where you get your morning started right. I'm so happy to be here on the Wake the F Up Monday. Uh, Please like, share, follow, subscribe to the Shawn Harvey Morning Show featuring the Wake Up Team. Uh, Only place on earth where you get your morning started right. Gregory Youngin, what's up? Chat room is wide open. Call in 570-982-6950. You know, we've been going strong on this show for years, and we truly appreciate you guys. And we hope and pray that you guys have had a great weekend, a good weekend. Hope your family's safe. Hope everything's all good. I know on my end, thank God for Jesus, man. Had a great weekend. First of all, I want to say this. Shout out to the public library system in Mount Vernon, New York. We did a show on Friday night hosted by the New York King Talent in a library. This is the first time I've ever did a comedy show in a library. Shout out to the city of Mount Vernon. We did it Friday night at 7 o'clock. It was free admission to all who came to the comedy show, and that place was packed. Shout out to DJ Hot Sauce. He was playing music, and it was weird doing the comedy show in the library. And I'm gonna tell you why, because the language. I mean, the comedians on the show was a bunch of us on the show, and some of us cursed and some of us did. And because it was weird, and then we're gonna start the show. Cindy's coming in a minute. Uh, it was weird because I respected the sanctuary of the library, and this was an old ass library. The library was built in 1898 in the city of Mount Vernon. So the general manager of the library, which is a black dude, and if you've been to Mount Vernon, New York, there's certain parts of Mount Vernon, New York, it's nothing but brothers up there. It's just a whole black community, which is a good look. So I asked them, I was like, do people still, well, good morning, guys. Welcome to the show, any place on earth where you get your morning started, right? So I was like, I asked them, I was like, do people still go to the library? Because remember, he answered, he goes, yes. He said, we had 90,000 visitors since the year started. He said, this is a vibrant place and people come into the library. People are texting me. So I said, people still come to the library? Because I remember as kids, the library was a vocal point, a center, a place that we congregated to read books and go to the library. And there was different activities at the library. Put it on the chat room if you all remember the libraries in the neighborhood. It was maybe if you didn't go to the library, you knew where it was. And he said to me that, there's a lot of people that come to the library. Which then I thought about it on a wake up Monday before we get into this rocking show. Two questions I have for you. Young and Nut, since you're in the chat room, and shout out to everybody on the other side on YouTube. We truly appreciate you. Where's the local library where you live in your neighborhood? And the second part of that question is, where was the library located when you was a child? The library, I grew up as a child on 900 Home Street in the Bronx, New York on Innervale, and the library was up the street. And the library was an extension of school, an extension of, learning how to read, and the whole, there was just an extension of education. And the thing about it that was tripping me out, let me reach out to Cindy. DL, what's going on? I was, again, one of those situations, I was just talking to Cindy. Remember, on Friday, and then she wasn't there, and then we were all concerned. And we was giving SennyJ the prayer emojis in the chat room on Friday.
Oh my God.
We were, Cindy, we were. And so young and WM, as a child, where do you remember, where was your library located? Because Cindy, I was just telling these folks that I did a show in the Mount Vernon Library building on Friday night. And I asked the general manager, I don't mean to repeat the story, guys, but Cindy just jumped in. I asked the manager how many people, visit the library. And he said since the year started, over 90,000 people had visited the library, and that it was still this vibrant place. So my question is, I mean, as a child, we used to go to the library back in the day because we didn't have all these, we didn't have all these devices where we can gather information, without going any place. And Cindy, the weird thing about doing this comedy show in the library, right? Some of the comedians chose to do they act, plain as some of us, and then others wanted to, just use the adult language. And I was compelled to switch up the language because I was in the library. So I didn't curse. I felt like I was doing the church show. Like I respected the library. And listen, this was an old ass library. That was another thing. Have they even built before we get into the show? Have they even built new libraries? Have we ever? I don't remember hearing a story that we built this mega library in somewhere in this country. Princess, good morning. I got you. I'm sorry if I didn't respond for you over the weekend. I definitely got you on the list for May the 8th at Comedy Harmon. Speaking of that, we added another show on Friday. I'm definitely going to announce that today. Friday, May the 7th. Doors open up at 7, showtime 6 on March the 7th on a Friday. Saturday is sold out. I think that's done. And Cindy, I asked Young and Nut this question. As a child, where was your local library? And where's your library at now? Without Google searching it, I want to know where the library's at. Because Cindy, when I was in this library doing these jokes, and then Cindy, after we did the jokes, don't you know we had a Q&A session? The people asked us questions about comedy in this sanctuary of education. And they had books from all different languages in the library. And maybe it was stunning to me because, Cindy, I'll be honest with you, I don't remember the last time I was in a library before we start this show. I'm gonna give you guys some homework this morning. When the last time you've been walked in a physical library? Gotta think, because it's been a long time since I've been in a library. I could definitely say about 10 years because we did a show outside of a library. But Sin, let me ask you this question. You still there?
Yeah.
I kind of know the answer, but I want to throw it out to you. I know my own answer. For a comedian like me that like to use language and I curse on stage and I emphasize some of these words, and that it's not because of my lack of ability with my vocabulary. It's just that the punches seem funnier when you do a little curse here and there. But why do you think that your boy Harvey, your uncle, switched up and did a clean set while he was in the library on Friday night, Cindy? Why do you think that I was propelled not to curse in front of all these librarians?
I don't know. Maybe because I don't know. People treat the library like you're supposed to be quiet and stuff. I don't know. I don't
That,
know. I don't
that
know why you why
I
you
tell
did
you
that.
why. I tell you why. When I walked into this old ass library in Mount Vernon, New York, that was built in 1898, Cindy, the place looked like a cathedral. It looked like we were back in the 1920s. I'm not even gonna lie. And it had the spirit about itself where I was like, don't do it. If you do your jokes and you do your act, don't curse. Then the audience was a bunch of aunties in there, a lot of people that go to the library because I believe there's still. And before we start the show, I believe that there's a secret society, a secret culture of people who still go to the library. Sydney, I asked you this question before we start the show to my nephew Lee Scott. Good morning, Sydney. Where's the nearest library from where you live? And as a child, did you frequent the library before we start this show?
The closest library to me now is literally like less than 5 miles away from me. But did I frequent it as a child? Yeah, a little bit. It's not like my mom like took us every Saturday to the library, but we were there or whatever. Yeah. The
Princess,
library is cool, but
Princess.
I haven't been to the library in a minute. When I did start frequenting the library as an adult, it was because I needed to use the printer. I don't have a printer at my house. I didn't have a printer, so I would go there just to print stuff. But I don't read that much anymore with books. Everything's online. I want to get back into reading with books, but I just haven't
I'm the
gotten around.
same way. I read online. I don't remember when last time I pick up a book to read because you can read everything online. But Cindy, let me ask you a question before we start the show. Do you think, and I dare ask this question, but do you think like libraries today are even necessary?
No, they're not. Libraries are unnecessary. But I mean, you know, I don't know how they stay in business. I want to know how do libraries make money from the return fees and the 25-cent printer pages and what else? How do they make money? How have they been in business this long but Kmart had to close?
Well, maybe that's a question we need to Google. We need to find out, is this federally funded? Because if libraries are federally funded, Elon Musk is going to eliminate the library. Princess, I got you. No question about it. March the 8th, I got a seat for you. No worries. It's all good. I'm going to go over the
Libraries
final list.
primarily generate income through funding from local taxes, which are allocated by the city or county they operate in, covering most of their operational costs like staff salaries, books, and utilities. They may also receive additional funding from state taxes, federal grants, individual donations, and sometimes by offering specific services such as copying, faxing, or room rentals for events. Like the event that you put on, Sean. They they solicited you to come and do a comedy show at this library.
Yeah, no, they solicit the New York King talent. He's from Mount Vernon, so I think he has relationships with the city of Mount Vernon. So I think they hashed that out. I was hired help. But maybe the library, may- thank you. You like the way I put that, right? Maybe the city, right? So the library. Before we start the show, the library is at the mercy of private funding and public funds. Is that safe to say?
Yeah.
So, so the city, if that's the case,
Sean
libraries.
Prentice said, I have my own seat. Just save me a spot. Ha! Ha!
Gotcha. Right. All right. I've got a space for you, Cindy.
Prentice,
Would you,
do you have a space for me, Prentice? Can I sit in
Cindy?
your seat?
Oh,
I'm a lot smaller now.
yo, Princess. She's too small now. She's not. You know what I'm saying? She's she's almost white woman small. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I don't know.
Yeah, and how does that work? Can you I forget. Can you feel your legs? Because if you can't, then you do have a seat for me. I could just sit there, your legs can go numb, it won't matter.
Yeah.
Everything everything seems to be working out in my favor.
All right. Well, I don't know, but don't get mad if you get poked by something while you're sitting there on that nigga.
What
Don't get mad.
what whoa.
And no sexual harassment charges either, because you know what it was when you sat on his lap. Um,
Not me calling Tony Busby.
right, right on Princess. Cindy, speaking of that, do you think that before we start the show, you think it's a turn off to? I asked the men. Men, is it a turn off when your lady lose or woman loses a tremendous amount of weight? Like, say for example, they had a fat ass or big thick breasts or whatever, and they lose all of that, and now they look like that athletic kind of look, but all the ass is gone. Is that a turn off? Is that a turn off, guys?
Why are you trying to throw shade, Sean? Is that what you're trying to say happened to me?
I did. I did not say that. I did not say
Because
that.
that kind of happens to me. But I don't think I don't think it's would be a turn off to them. I mean, I guess unless you don't like it. You mean if they were currently in a relationship with somebody who was bigger and then that person loses weight and now they have less of a voluptuous look and it's more of an athletic build?
Yeah, I used to back in the day. I used to date this chick, man. She was very voluptuous, very big, big all in the right places. And this chick decided to start eating lettuce and becoming healthy. And she lost all this weight, which she looked good, but she lost the ass, the hips, and everything else that went with it as well. So all the places where she gained weight, as they would say, in the right places, was disappeared because she went on this radical diet and lost her weight. And she looked great, don't get me wrong, but she lost the ass, she lost the chest, she lost all of that. And I was like, nah, I'm good.
Really? You got turned off by that?
Yeah, I didn't like it. I mean, she
But didn't
looked,
she look good?
she looked okay. I mean, the weird thing is like she looked very healthy. I don't want my ladies looking very, I
No,
don't
you know
want,
why I say that, Sean? Because okay, like guys that I guess like used to talk to me before or whatever, if they come across me now, sometimes they see pictures on social media because I'm not really like that. I don't really like post pictures of myself that much. So when I do, and they're like, "Whoa, you look mad different. What happened to you?" Like it kind of feels like, and people have seen me in various sizes because I do a lot of yo-yo dieting and extreme weight losses and all that stuff. But I feel like when you are the weight that you feel comfortable, it makes you more confident and therefore, makes you feel better. So, people should be mindful of that and not make them feel bad for having lost weight like they don't look good anymore. Because, you like all those curves and all of that, but it's unhealthy and it doesn't look good in clothes. And, you know, it's not.
well, Cindy, I actually was a victim of that. A couple of years back, I lost 23 pounds and everybody criticized me. Even my wife was like, oh my God, you're so skinny, your legs. Like, I was like, oh my God, well, I thought I felt good about it. I've gained the weight back since. I've gained 20 pounds back. I'm at 187 pounds. I think I'm too heavy at this point. But when I was down to 179 and 180 and all that, I was getting heavily criticized by people who were close to me, including yourself, that I was looking really weird. So,
No, I didn't.
yes, you did. So I'm okay with that. But when a
It
guy
was
says,
your
"Yo,"
legs. It was
when a
your legs.
when a guy goes, "Yo," when my legs are skinny regardless. I got bad legs. God punished me with these legs. God was so horrific and so cruel to me with these bones and with these legs. Guys, I got the worst legs on earth. But I was okay with the criticism. But when a man, for me, I don't want my wife to lose like all this weight and look crazy and athletic and then lose the ass and lose her. I don't like that. I don't like when women are on diets and they look great and they're doing it for themselves, and no question about it. Then they lose all the ass and the breasts and the toes and you got the sunken face and you look like a light skinned Ethiopian. I'm not. That's not. It's not good for me.
Well, you
That's
know what?
simple.
I'm not even gonna lie because the other day I looked at myself in the mirror.
And what you saw,
Yo, Sean, I looked at my
you looked at yourself in the mirror and you was like, damn. You was like, right. You was like outcast. Damn, 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 damn.
Sean, when like you took it too far.
Right. Yo, you looked in the mirror and you heard
Sean, please stop.
Yo, and when you stepped out the mirror, the music went off. And then you came in the mirror like
I don't even know what the theme
Damn,
that is from.
damn. Excuse me.
I don't even know what theme song that is from, but it
That's
sounds
from
like.
that's from Outkast. When they had that hit.
Oh,
Prince.
yeah, 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 yeah.
Prince, what was the Outkast album? Man?
I did.
So,
I
Cindy,
think
when you saw yourself, what did you see?
I just it was it was horrible. Oh my gosh. I was like, yo, where are my boobs? Like, I was like, everything. I just think I went a little too hard. And I'm gonna take it a step back. I'm actively trying to gain a little weight in some places. Because I think, well, I'm just gonna do surgery because that's that'll finalize the look that I want. But I definitely, so I know what people are talking about, but you just, it's like, it's almost, it's very mental. And I think it needs to be studied because even now, being a lot thinner, you still think that you're bigger. So I think people need to study that too. It's very crazy, but it's good. I like it, just being more food conscious, especially in this country. I'm always saying that to everybody. We have to be more food conscious, read labels, because the food that people are supposed to be eating, it's not supposed to be bloating us this much. That's the problem. It's the inflammation from the preservatives and, salts and extra water that they add to things that don't even need it. Like, that's my thing. It's like, why do these companies want to make harmful foods that has arsenic in it, that has all of this? Like, just to make $1, like, it just doesn't make sense to me.
Uh, Cindy, you don't have to answer this question. We'll move on. But are are your kids are like, Mom, what's going on? Like, have you ever have had that conversation? Yo, your kid come in the room.
No.
And the kids looked at you and said, Mom, what the fuck? All right, let's move on. Only place on earth where you get your morning started, right? Shawn Harvey Morning, the wake up team with the Queen, SennyJ. Please like, share, follow, subscribe. We added another show that's March the 7th to the Shawn Harvey birthday. Now it's a Shawn Harvey birthday weekend. That ticket on Saturday is probably done. I'll let you guys know on a future social media post later today. Cindy, what you got, man? Everybody, let's give SennyJ a round of applause because remember, we gave SennyJ the prayer emojis on the other day when I was talking to her. She was supposed to come in the room and didn't come into the room. And Senny, don't you know that all these folks gave you the prayer emojis to make sure you was all right? Okay, Senny, what you got? Because this is another pop-up show. And Senny, somebody says surgery. What do you mean surgery, Senny? What are you talking about? Just before you get into your story, what do you mean by surgery? What's that about?
Because I said I was going to get surgery.
You're gonna get surgery?
Yeah, I'm probably going to get a BBL and a tummy tuck
Gotcha. All right.
and
Well, good.
like a mommy makeover.
Gotcha.
But
Gotcha.
the problem is you can't really do a BBL if you don't, there's not that much fat, so you kind of I got to get a little fat up first. So, yeah, that's what she's talking about. So,
Yeah, your brother's
ladies,
good for the eighth, D-Lo. Go ahead. What you gonna say,
ladies,
Kenny?
ladies, drop your favorite surgeon in the comments.
But Cindy, can't they take that from someplace else and put it wherever you need it to go? How does it work that way?
Yeah,
Okay.
but I don't got much on here, Sean.
Well,
Gotta when you drop that
Cindy,
body fat percentage and gain the muscle, you know what I'm saying? They
so
they don't have
Cindy,
to
why
have
don't you just
kids.
go, Cindy, just eat Wendy's for a week and just eat and have like 10 sodas. That's it. You back. You back amongst the living. We want you back. Vinny, some syrupy soda, or number ones. You
No,
back?
but you want it to be like good fat too, right?
No.
Because even you,
If you want your ass done, you need that Wendy's in your life and
I
soda.
need to go. I need to go back to Wendy's Nuggets.
Yeah, you need nuggets. You need bad fat.
Sister Soldier said, "I'm sure nobody here has a surgeon, Senny J." Come on, Sister Soldier. I know y'all ladies tucked in the back. Every woman goes on IG and has a favorite surgeon that they follow. Okay? I
Nah,
know
not
you do.
not these beautiful women in the chat room. They already stacked up. They's drinking soda and they eating out fast food, and they're stacked on some parts of their bodies.
And
Okay.
let's be clear though, because I think I spoke to somebody about this, right? Y'all only people only talk about plastic surgery when it's a bad plastic surgery job. You want to talk about the girls that have the BBLs that look like ant bodies. But what about the ones that you don't even know because you think it looks real? No, that was surgery, but it looks good. She looks great. The people that have surgery done and they look phenomenal, like you can't tell they've had surgery, people will praise those people. Oh, that lady is so beautiful. Oh, this, oh, so that. So let's be clear. There's nothing wrong with plastic surgery if it's actually used to enhance your look. There's nothing wrong with that. And if
That
you
I
can
do.
afford to have it done, like why not do that? Especially with the pressure that and I don't think it's not loving yourself. It's I want to enhance myself. I want to make myself look better. Okay?
Uh, yeah.
Like
Well, I
let's
think
be clear. Let's be
yeah, if it's
clear.
some, I do agree. If it's something that enhances yourself and it's done the proper way, and you're healthy, and the procedures it's done right, and it's a reputable a doctor or a surgeon, there's nothing wrong with that. But yeah, we do obviously in life we do focus on the drama and we do focus on the bad parts of this. All right, listen, guys, welcome to the show. Only place on earth where you get your morning started right. Shawn Harvey Morning Show, Wake Up Team with the Queen SennyJ. This is a pop up show. We're not staying long. Pause. Please just know that there's a second show added. That's March the 7th at the uh, Comedy in Harlem. The Saturday show is about done, but I'll know later on today when I go over the list. Cindy, what you got first?
Um
And Cindy, by the way, you look beautiful. Don't worry. Last time I saw you, you was just half your size. I hugged you, and you weren't even there. Uh, but it's all love. I'm here for it. I've been through all the weight journeys with you, and God bless. Continue on. You like the Luther Vandross of this show without dying. So God bless.
um
You the
Eli.
Luther Vandross of the show without dying. God bless you.
I know, I know. Um, okay, so Elon Musk is saying that federal workers must justify their work or resign. I don't know. Shout out to Benetta George Henry. She was talking strongly about what she's going through in the Social Security office. So shout out to everybody at these jobs. Elon Musk issued an ultimatum to federal employees Saturday, saying in a post on his social media platform that employees must respond to an email justifying the work they completed this week or resign. Federal employees have already begun receiving an email asking to summarize their work. Sources familiar with the matter have been telling Outlets Post. They sent an email from Office of Personnel Management and shared that they asked employees to send approximately 5 bullet points listing what they accomplished this week, CCing their managers. The email requested that employees not send any classified information, links, or attachments, and said employees must respond by a deadline of Monday. So that's tonight by 11:59. Um, they said in the email, you must immediately clarify that federal employees' non-response to this ill-conceived weekend email does not constitute resignation. Because it looks like they're trying to file emergency injunctions in court that they can't fire people based off of this. Because it seems like to be fired from these federal positions, you need to have gross negligence on the job or oversight or whatever. So right now they're in court. So or they're going to court with this basically is what's it's summing up because um it's still happening as of right now. They're trying to find a way to fight it. So what do you
Uh,
guys think about that?
that that March 7th show is not the same lineup as the March 8th show. I'll be honest, I can't afford that show twice. So the March the 7th show is gonna be a different show, but it's gonna be a funny show. So it's all good. So and Saturday is a different show. So we got two different shows and it's all gonna be funny. So you'll come out and celebrate with your boy. Um the purge of the federal government is so disrespectful at this point. And don't get it twisted. This will downside. This will uh trickle down to the private sector too. It's going to trickle down from the Fed workers down to some of these state workers and down to the private sector. Because remember, Elon Musk is a private guy in the private sector that's now infiltrated the federal government with this Doge agency.
Yeah, it's the Department of Government Efficiency.
It's the Department of get the fuck out of here, you're fired. And don't get it twisted. Private sector folks, you are not immune to the new virus that's going out here as far as protecting the workplace. And he just said it. You have to have gross negligence and a whole lot of other situations to get fired. Not in this day, they're firing you just cause. So if you're a federal worker, unfortunately, you got into 11:59 tonight to get your bullet points up. And Cindy, can you summarize? Can you summarize bullet points? Because I was involved in some bullet points back in the day in Yonkers when this dude was shooting at another dude.
Fun.
He had bullets and he was pointing at this guy. Can you summarize for some of us that haven't been to school in 50 years? What would be the requirements of bullet points, if you don't mind, Cindy? Could you let us know? Yo, Tim, good morning, bro.
Uh,
What a bullet
um,
point.
bullet points are basically, used to introduce like an item list. Okay, you're going to use them to show your examples. They're little black circles that you put by your little words you write, where you're specifically highlighting your idea or example or whatever. So they don't want a paragraph because obviously these people do not want to read. Because my thing is, who's reading this? How many people are in these departments? So you want 5 bullet points by tonight? Who's and then who's gonna read it to determine that what I wrote is sufficient for my job description? Elon Musk and his cronies. Do y'all even know what I do at my job? So my thing is these people are gonna write these bullet points and then who's judging on what scale are they judging that this is sufficient to keep my job? How you expect me to summarize a year's worth of work that I did? Or no, I'm sorry, because they only want what you've done this week. So you're basing my whole career on what I've done in one week? Like
So, Cindy,
this is
so
ridiculous.
Cindy, let me ask you a question. Hey, everybody, say good morning. If you don't mind, say good morning to my man Tim in the chat room. Also, shout out to Dwayne Stanton Holmes, man, DJ Tall Guy. God bless you. Cindy, if I needed some bullet points for today by 11:59, is this something that I can put into my AI chat and it will give me bullet points that I've done from the previous week at my job so I can keep this job?
Yeah, for sure. I would chat
Okay.
GPT it up for sure, for sure.
Okay, what else you got? And federal workers, don't get it twisted. I mean, the private sector workers, if you're still out there working, don't get it twisted. This is going to trickle down to your job as well. Take notice. Go ahead, Penny.
So, if you were working in the federal government right now with all this back and forth and everything like that, would you still want to fight to keep your job, or because I want to know, does that offer that Trump had on the table with resign by this date and we'll pay you till September? Like, if all this stuff is continuously happening, would you change your mind to if you were like, no, I'm gonna fight it and I'm gonna wait it out? Are you waiting it out now, or would you be like, you know what, I'm gonna just take the money and stay home and find another job? Because they said something like 80,000 people took that deal already.
Right. I mean, personally,
And
it
like,
would
is it
depend.
really worth it to keep your federal job and fight through all this
Yeah,
BS?
yeah, and not only that, I think it's a turn off to other folk in the future that want to apply or work for the federal government. Why would you want to work for this business if you're under all this heavy scrutiny? I wouldn't even do it. Now it depends on where I'm at the job, where I'm at in my career with the federal job. If I could buy out and I'm done, or say, for example, I've been there for 30 years or whatever, I'm cashing out. I'm out of there. And even if you're younger folk, you could cash out and pursue whatever dream you have or some independent contractor situation or another job. I would get out of there because they're making this a very hostile environment. But there's some people that can't. They don't have the choice. They have to sit there and they're going to have to respond to this email tonight to keep their jobs, because the reality is folks have to work and they have to sustain an income. And it's unfortunate that they're under this hostile environment to do it. What else you got?
Yeah, D'Lo, I'm gonna look into that because I heard that those people that did take that buyout have not received instructions on how they're going to receive it. So you're right. If I were them, I would. If Trump hasn't paid them yet, they're filing for unemployment. Most definitely, I'm filing for unemployment. If you told me to quit my job and you still haven't paid me yet, so. But anyway,
I wouldn't even do the buyout. I would wait for them to fire me. I wouldn't even do it. I would wait. I'm gonna get, because you don't know if you do a buyout, you don't know if you're guaranteed to all these other benefits that are offered to you after you buy the buyout. You just signing a paper. You got to know. I don't trust it. I wouldn't trust it. What else you got, Cindy?
Delta is offering $30,000 to passengers who were on the plane crash that landed in Toronto. Delta flight 4819, which was arriving in Toronto from Minneapolis, burst into flames upon landing and flipped upside down onto the runway last week. It was not immediately clear how passengers can claim their money, but if all 76 passengers take Delta up on its offer, it will have to fork over nearly 2.3 million in total. Delta Care Team representatives are telling customers that the offer has no strings attached and does not affect rights, said the spokesperson. Delta Flight 4819, which was arriving at Toronto Pearson International Airport from Minneapolis, burst into flames upon landing and flipping upside down on the runway around 2:15 p.m. The flight was carrying 76 passengers and 4 crew members who were left dangling from their seatbelts when the smoking plane came to a stop. There were no deaths, but 21 people were injured and taken to local hospitals. Airport president and CEO Deborah Flint said none of the injuries were life threatening. Weather conditions at Toronto Pearson International were clear Monday. They said although wind gusts up to 40 miles per hour were reported at the time of the crash, 2 storms dumped nearly 2 feet of snow on the airport in the days leading up to the crash, but no snow was reported on radar at the time of the accident. They're declining questions at this time. Of course, the cause of the crash is remaining unclear. Investigation, investigation, investigation.
Uh, Welcome to the show. Any place on earth where you get your morning start right. We're doing a quick pop-up show on Make the F Up Monday. We truly appreciate you guys and thank you so much for tuning in. And shout out to Shawn Oliver and everybody else in the chat room. God bless. Uh, and prayer emojis for SennyJ again. We're sending these all the prayers. And sending these a hamburger. Now, do I want to cash out at $30,000? I survived the flight. We're alive. There's no other repercussions. Delta's giving out 30,000 for the survival. You know what? I'll be honest. I'll take the 30,000. You know, for all that trauma, and that's only if I don't. I'm healthy, because I might need some more money if there was some physical, spiritual, mental kind of damages. I'm gonna need that money as well.
But there's
30 might, maybe 30 might not be enough, but then at the same time, I don't want to play myself by going into some litigation to get some more money, and then I don't get the money, and I could have had the 30,000. So there's a lot to think about here. I think just on the humble, I'll take the 30,000, no questions asked, and keep it pushing. I think I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna take the 30, but I need that 30 right now. I need that 30. You announce that 30? I need that in that account by the end of the business day today. I'll take without the litigation part, because you don't know how long that's gonna last. It's gonna be a year or two, and what you're gonna get another 20,000 or whatever. I'll take the 30. Cindy, you taking the 30 ASAP or you litigating this?
I think I'm gonna take the 30 because who cares?
Right, we
You know
survived
what I'm
it.
saying?
No
Like
stress.
I've been through probably worse. You know what I'm saying?
Right,
Because what really happened to me? Nothing.
right, and
You
nothing
know,
happened to you. Right, you survived the crash and you got 30,000. I mean, I
I'm
think
not.
that's the
I'm not gonna argue. But also in the thing, it said that Delta said no strings attached, and it
right.
doesn't affect your rights. So you could still enter litigation. I don't think if they made it clear that one doesn't affect the other, I'm gonna do both. Then take the 30.
Well, if that's an option, I'll do.
I think people are under the assumption that if they take the 30, they won't be able to sue for more. But they're saying no strings attached. We have to dive into what no strings attached means.
Right, and that, if that's an option where they will uh, give you the 30,000, and you like say they give you the 30,000 a day, and you still got the rights to litigate it in court. I'm gonna do that as well because I got the 30. I got the
Yeah.
30. And I know I see you online on social media. We're gonna get out of here soon. I see on social media a lot of people's like all these planes are crashing, but Spirit is still in the air doing their thing. See the plane. How many times I keep telling you, you're talking about Spirit and to all these frontiers. They're all the same plane. There's just different logos on the plane. It's the same plane.
Yeah, because people talk about Delta. I only fly Delta. I'm a Delta. Da, 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 da. Yeah, yeah. Are you flying Delta now?
Yeah,
They
yeah.
charging you all that money and they dropping.
That's
So
right. That's right. You want to land in the snow and have your plane flipped over and crash, a fiery death? You want that? Delta? And the other one, fortunately, was United. We want that, huh?
they're right, right. Oh, people swear by United. Oh, United business class. Now what?
Yeah. And I'm one of them. Oh, I love United. Now I might have to fly Spirit. All right. Last story, Cindy. What you got, man? Guys, welcome to
No,
the show.
I don't have anything. Sorry.
Okay, guys, we truly, truly, truly appreciate you so much for tuning in. Guys, pray emoji for Cindy J. We want her to eat an emergency hamburger, if you don't mind. Uh,
I will today. I need to get my fat up.
and Cindy, if you don't mind, could you also drink a soda,
No, no soda.
please?
No, no soda. But I will have a burger. I'll make it, but I'll make it myself. I'll make a homemade burger. I'll
No,
post it in the
Cindy,
group
no, no,
chat.
no, Cindy, you got to go to the grill. You got to go to the drive-thru and get that burger.
Oh my God, no.
That's the burger we're talking about. All right, guys, we truly appreciate you. But yeah, pop-ups, yeah. We did a 43-minute pop-up. We'll be back on schedule on Thursday. We just want to make sure we stay consistent with the live show. It's all good. Put a number one. You love Delta, D-Lo? You sure? How much do you love them? Cindy, all right, what's your favorite airline? Put it in there. Mine is United. Cindy, what's your favorite airline? Hello?
I don't know. I don't have one.
Right, okay.
I
Uh,
don't.
and you know what, matter of fact, I take that back. You know what my favorite airline is? The one that lands and take off and I'm still alive. That's the favorite airline I like to ride. Put the heart emojis in the chat room. Where the heart's at in the chat room. Hey, turn down for what? For what? Remember that? For what? And thank you so much, guys. We truly appreciate you for tuning in. Remember, at the show's added March the 7th, Tommy in Harlem. Let's go. Cindy, any last words you want to say to these folks? We did 45 minutes.
I know.
Hold on. Wait a minute. Let's
Nothing.
wait. Hold on, Cindy. LaShawn
No, no,
Oliver.
I
I
don't
will
know.
never fly. She writes, I will never fly Spirit. Why not? They're all the same plane.
Trying to get it.
Why? They're all the same exact planes. And what is the object of the game? I just shared it. The object of the game is to land and take off and land alive. That's the airline I think we need to focus on. What's wrong with you? I've flown Spirit plenty of times. Cindy, have you ever flown Spirit?
Yes, it's actually
Okay,
one of my favorite.
thank you. LaShawn, jump on the bandwagon, young lady. You can fly Spirit. It's okay. Cindy, any last words?
No, you guys have a great day.
Okay, guys, have a great day. We see you on Thursday. God bless you, man. We truly appreciate you. You guys have a productive day. We see you in a few days. We'll be in the group room. God bless you and be safe. Cindy, I know Cindy can't wave, but there we go. Goodbye.